Welcome back to TLT Talks, coming to you live today from Casa de Litvak. Here it is, it's a beautiful day out. Here we go, we got our goals behind us, always focused. Welcome, welcome. We have a really special show for you today. Hey Jen, I got Rin Dog with me today. Here we go. Here we go. The request right away. Many people have had trouble with this, but not Rin Dog.
Hello.
Hello, hello,
My
hello,
first
hello.
my first time on Instagram Live.
There we go. I love it. I love it. We love to create on the Lidvac team. We love to create an experience. Max, Cam, how you guys doing? Lidvac team,
What's
Chrissy,
up, Chrissy?
how was everyone
Aw.
doing? Nicole, oh man, you got a fan club, Rini. Look at you. You got a fan club, girl. I love it. I love it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me take this opportunity. If you don't already know, you should. But this is Rini Mosier. She is a program manager for the New York metro region for Compass. We're going to get into that in a minute. But I just want to tell you guys a little bit of Rini, of Rini Dog at Compass since April of 2013, a real OG. I have a personal story, personal soft place in my heart for Rini because when we were coming over to Compass back in 2014, my birthday's on September 1st, and my wife, my wonderful wife, surprised me with a trip to Italy with some of our friends. And I had been in conversations with Robert Refkin and the whole leadership team about coming over, and they were explicit. I'd never changed companies. I'd been with City Habitats for my entire career. And Robert Refkin said, hey, look, one of the biggest mistakes people make is they tell people about the move before it happens. So what I would recommend is wait, make the move very quickly. Make a decision, make the move. And so I had 48 hours. I had 48 hours to inform my company, tell all of my clients, transfer all of my listings, tell all of my team, and then I had to get in a plane to fly up to Italy. And Robert said, listen, I'm leaving you in the very capable hands of Rini and one of our other Compass OG dogs, Pat Sherbo. Trust me,
Shout out to
everything's going to be
Pat.
fine. Shout out to Pat, who should be watching this right now, by the way. If he's not,
It might
shame
be
on you,
too
Pat.
early for him. It might be too early.
Rob said, look, I'm going to leave you with Rini. Trust me, they got you. And we moved over. I made the announcement. I told my team. I called all my clients within 24 hours. All of our listings are up. All of our emails are set up. It was literally like as if it was Star Trek transportation device. Everything was so easy, so seamless, and that's it. We were up and running. So that's Rini, that was one of the scariest times of my life. And Sarah
There,
Katz, who I'm sure is watching this.
there were a
Uh,
lot of you. There were a lot
yeah,
of you.
yeah, we were like 9 of us at the time, I think, or 8 of us or something.
Yeah. We
We were
filled
the
a
biggest
conference.
team, I think, at the time, right?
Yep, absolutely.
So you guys were used to like the two team, then there was us,
hmm
the pain in the ass 9 team, high standards, we need shit done.
You really started us. Yeah, you really started us on a good note though for
Yeah, it was
team
great.
onboarding.
Yeah, it was great. It was actually that's something that happens often. We are constantly the catalyst for a Compass where, we haven't really thought about that. We got to build that shit out now too.
Yeah, yeah.
But all right, Rini. So you are a program manager for the New York Metro region. WTF, dude? What in the hell does that actually mean?
That's such a great question. Sometimes I even ask myself what that means. Now, basically, any program, national program, or tool adoption, or just new tool launch or product launch that we're doing, I am we like to call it at Compass the SPOA, which stands for Single Point of Accountability. So I'm basically a SPOA
Oh,
for everything.
single
Um,
point of accountability, SPOA. Sarah Katz, if you're watching, we
yep.
just got a new thing. SPOA.
I'm
Oh my
basically the
God, I love
SPOA
that.
of SPOAs. So for like right now, for example, I am the New York Metro region, which includes New York City, Brooklyn, Queens, and then Connecticut, Westchester, Long Island, Hamptons, and New Jersey. So it's not just New York City.
Wow. It's a
And
handful.
right now I'm doing I'm the SPOA for our concierge program. Get a lot of questions about that.
Yeah, of course.
And also we're working on CRM stuff right now as well.
Very cool. Which we'll touch on. The SPOA for basically 7 cities. Wow, we up.
There's a lot of sales managers, a lot of agent experience managers. So I have a lot of great people helping me, but also trying to wrangle them at the same time is a challenge sometimes.
And still have time to go and get that lovely manicure that I just witnessed in the screen. Ooh, I love it. I love it.
Me too.
So it could be said that if Robert Refkin and Ori Alon are the fathers of Compass, it could be said that maybe you're the mother. You were in the delivery room. You were there from the ground up. You probably know more people at Compass than anybody. I mean, everybody flows through you, at least on the East Coast. So look, I thought it'd be really cool. To just have a chat. You know, I go back to 2014. You precede me by a couple years, or a year rather, and I thought it could be really cool to just have a chat on, you know, what you've seen, the evolution, what you've seen, you know, to experience Compass. We were on with Gordon last week, and I had intended to ask him some similar questions, but we got into such a great conversation about rentals and the market and national and hyper locally that we never really got to the Compass part. It was really all about the market, and I got some really great feedback. He was so insightful, as we know Gordon always is. But just, you know, I'd love to hear about Compass through your eyes. You know, like when we came over, it was still Urban Compass, but like from when you got there in 2013, what was it? What is it today? Just tell me about Compass through your eyes.
Sure. I think honestly, the best story from my beginning days of Compass was my and Refkin used to like to tell the story, or he used to like to tell the story at parties, like it was a party story of some sort that everyone got a kick out of. But was my interview at Compass, or Urban Compass at the time. I worked with Refkin at Goldman Sachs prior to coming to Urban Compass, and I did a lot of I did conference coordinating and event management there. And so I was doing that for his team, and we just kind of got to know each other. And he just came in one day and he was like, when I was at Goldman, and I was like, I haven't seen you in so long. And he's like, yeah. He's like, I started my own company. You should just come over. We'll find something for you. And I was like, okay, sure. I've been at Goldman for 2 years. I'm sick of pencil skirts. So let's go try it out. So yeah. Nice. So my interview ended up being 5 of us in a small conference room in our first office in Soho. And it was Robert, Ori, myself, Gordon, and Alex Stern, who you know.
Alex Stern. Wow.
DBT.
Wow.
And basically, they just talked to me. We had a conversation. And then at one point, Ori got up and starts putting like a mathematical equation on the whiteboard and asked like an algorithmic problem, asking me, okay, so this, I don't even know the words she was saying because I looked at him and I was like, I'm going to need you to repeat that. He's like, yeah, if you have like this, how do you get to this? How do you do this? What are the numbers for this? And I was like, honestly, I'm not even going to fake it. I don't know what you're saying. And he's like, well, at least she's honest. So that was my interview, because Ori was used to doing engineering interviews, and they didn't really have a real position for me when I started. So I was just kind of doing everything except for engineering. But yeah, we started with the red backpacks and the neighborhood specialists who were salaried, benefited employees. Yes, they did have their real estate license, but a lot of them were like young kids coming out of school, and I'm still friends with most of them.
Right.
And they wore red backpacks and would meet up with their clients, and their clients would recognize them because they either had a red tote or a red backpack. And in the email that I would send to them, because I was doing all the booking, coordinating between the brokers, our brokers, the clients, And somehow it made sense to have me be the middleman and do all the booking for all of that. And I would say, you're going to meet your neighborhood specialist with a red backpack on the corner of Spring and 6th. And it's like the northeast corner. And I'm like, okay. So that lasted maybe a year. And so we kind of pivoted off of the salaried benefited neighborhood specialist, and we remained rentals only in only New York City for a little bit until, I think 2014, when we got you guys, we got the Griffith Shoals team at the time, and we ventured into sales. Right. And so from there, I've also worked on our mergers and acquisitions team, our expansion team. I launched a bunch of our original regions, DC, Boston, Miami. I lived out in LA for 6 or 7 months. I lived in San Francisco for about 4 months. Aspen. They weren't bad places to launch, so I wasn't complaining. So I did that for about 2 years. And now here we are, about 20,000 people at the company. And when I started, there were probably about 10.
It's crazy. Well, you heard it here, folks. Directly from the mother of Compass, the LiveBack team was responsible for Compass's success. Now,
that's right. That's exactly that was the moral.
I do remember Jason Saft came from City Habitats to Compass, and then Steve Halpern came, and they started calling me. And I'm like, what is this Compass thing? Like, what is going on? And then I remember Bold, the real deal, the man everywhere, Leonard Steinberg, joins Compass. I was like, whoa.
He was the big secret. And honestly, I didn't even find out, even though I was onboarding him, I didn't even find out until like a couple of days before, when Pat and I had to onboard him.
Yeah, it was really cool. And then I was like, all right, let me, and then I said that was probably the fork in the road, right? The tipping point, as Malcolm likes to say, the tipping point, I think is probably Leonard, because it legitimized the company. All of a sudden, it's not just a rental company. When you bring on a guy like Leonard's, kind of like Robin Williams. Like, you can't. Everybody loved the great Robin Williams. I haven't met anybody that says anything bad about Leonard. We had him on the show a couple months ago, and we had like 1 million people watching the show. And it's like, no, there's nothing bad you could say about Leonard. He's uber successful, top 10 for the past 2 decades or whatever, and just the nicest, most humble.
Oh God!
When he came over, it's a big deal. And then I had a similar interview. I sat down. It was me. It was Refkin. It was Ori. It was Alex Stern. It was Lee Ming at the time.
Oh boy.
CTO at the time, and I loved Lee Ming. He was awesome.
He was
and just the conversation. I mean, at that time, I'd interviewed with multiple firms. I was ready to make a move. We were the number 1 team at City Habitats for a couple of years. We were ready to graduate. And just the way that the conversation was so entrepreneurial, so different than anything I'd experienced talking with anybody else. And it's what I love about Compass. Like, if you look at Amazon, if you look at every your Richard Branson's, Elon Musk, the true spirit of entrepreneurship is where, if you're failing is great. Fail fast, Amazon's 3 principles, right? Fail fast, fail often, fail forward. And here's, Urban Compass, and they didn't, get stuck or fall in love with their product or service via this rental specialist thing.
Right.
But instead, they were like, okay, cool. Well, we want to do this, and it's not working.
Yep.
Let's just pivot. And what do we need to do in order to make it all work and be wonderful? And I think that we got some, great leadership there, which kind of segues me to my next question, which is, so there's a lot of real estate companies out there. There's a lot of people that try to play the game of real estate. I think that any company is only as strong as its leadership. And actually, before I ask you this question, I want to say we've got a nice audience right now. Guys, this is not meant to be just me and Rini. So if you've got questions, if you've got comments, talk to us. We'd be happy to answer any questions. I mean, you're talking to the mother of Compass. Somebody said MDM, I think. I don't know who MDM is.
That's
said
my mother.
That's your mother, of course it is. Said mother of mothers with 2 thumbs up. Angela Friedman says mother of Compass, 2 thumbs up.
That's my mother-in-law.
There you go. I love it. The whole family's watching. But yeah, any questions you have?
Thanks for the support, guys.
Any juice you want to squeeze out of this thing. I mean, Rini was here from the very beginning. So, but my question to you is, I think any company is only as strong as leadership, right? And,
Yeah.
we've got leaders like Robert, like Ori, like Lehman, obviously like you, I consider you obviously as part of the leadership team. And so what do you think, feel free to speak about anybody yourself. I'm most interested about you, but I know people might want to hear about Ori, whatever. What do you think was the secret sauce? What does the leadership team here do that maybe others weren't doing, or what was the secret sauce that led to the success? Levy, what's up, my
Hey,
man?
Levy. The secret sauce. Okay, so I think, this is kind of common sense, but maybe not for everyone. The secret to running an amazing tech company like we are is having that great balance of, well, luckily we have our two amazing CEOs, Robert and Ori. And, at first, like, Robert was, they just balanced each other out so well. So Robert was like our business side of things. Ori was more of our like engineering side of things. So like having the balance between like engineering and business, and not just having, one CEO who can kind of do one thing, kind of do the other. They have an amazing, they just have an amazing like relationship with each other and with, our investors. And it's just the way that they, I guess, care about the company.
Right.
Robert is the most genuine person when it comes to everything that he believes in with our company, with his family. He's been able to, he's like a boots on the ground kind of guy. So he, at one point, I couldn't find him. I needed him for a meeting or something. And one of his EAs told me, he's in the air, he's flying. And so when I had finally gotten a hold of him, I'm like, you were just flying to X region yesterday, like, and now 12 hours later, you're in the air going to a different region across the country. And he's like, I'm like, do you ever sleep? And he's like, yeah, on the plane. And all right. As long as, for some reason, he can keep it going. And I think it's, his compassion towards our agents, and it makes them feel like makes agents feel like family, and not just, just making money for the company, because that's how a lot of real estate companies are. And, he's been able to also prioritize, weekends for just his family and make it family time, and having like a balance like that, and knowing that like he's a very real person. It just makes a huge difference with a company like ours, and tech and real estate together.
That I was actually, I remember Erin, how you doing, hon? I remember when it's Erin Moshe. I thought that was Erin Kruger.
Of course,
from
it's another family member. It's another family member of mine. What's up, Erin?
All right, Sarah. So now we know next time we want to have a show, and next time we want a big, audience, we just got to invite Rini, and she'll just bring the whole. She'll bring the whole family. She'll bring the whole gang, the whole squad. But yeah, no, I remember that memo because Robert was flying all over the country, like literally every day was another plane. And I remember the memo goes out. I made a promise to my daughters that going forward, whatever. And I just thought that was such amazing leadership because, look, no one can say that Robert is not mission driven, or that our leadership team, everybody, you can't get this much progress without everybody being all in it. No such thing as business hours. I was talking to, we're looking into hiring a couple of VAs because our business is just bustling right now. And I'm talking to them, and the person I was talking to, he's like, yeah, we're reasonable, like 9 to 6. And I'm like, dude, I don't know what you're talking about, but I don't know that 9 to 6, I wouldn't equate with reasonable, and not in New York City anyways. But you can't build something like this without, 15, 18, 20-hour days. And the fact that, he shared from one of our CEOs to get a message like, hey, look, don't forget what you're doing this all for, I thought to be so powerful. Like, it's not all about work. It's like, of course, we all prioritize our clients and our work, and we're all trying to do this thing, but don't forget what really matters. Like, I took that to heart, and I followed in suit. My kids are I got twins, they're 4, and like, you don't get that time back. So it's important.
No, and I kind of made that promise to myself a while ago with, the first, how long have I been here? 7 years. So the first like 4 years, I was working around the clock
Yeah.
because that's what I, thought I need to do. And it was doing it. It was needed, or it was necessary. But I just came to the realization that I also needed to have some sort of work-life balance.
Yeah.
And that just definitely helps in your day-to-day at work,
Yeah.
knowing that you have that sort of balance.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's really cool. I was talking to somebody. It's actually Keith Cunningham, who's one of my business coaches, and he said that, and I kind of love this line. He said that balance is bullshit, right? It's not about balance. It's about balancing. It's about balancing, because this perfect balance is a myth. This perfect, I'm going to get to work at 9 and leave at 7. And then because when you're building something, it's about balancing. It's about, you're going to go on a sprint where work's going to be crazy. And then it's important to take a trip, but it's about balancing. And that kind of spoke to me, balancing, because I too have been pursuing this thing, balance. And like, it was really cool. We actually have some questions for you, Reen Dog, from Serena, one of my favorite people on the planet. What initially attracted you to Compass since it was a young company?
I think that is what attracted me to Compass. I had been at Goldman Sachs, every single day, would wake up at 5. I'd be at work by 6. I'd be wearing pencil skirts and high stilettos and suit jackets. And, it was great. That was like my first real job out of college. And working in events is what I thrive on doing. That's just something else that I do here at Compass. Just do that on the side. But I think that having Robert look me in the eye and be like, I just started this most amazing company. I just have a real vision for it. You should come over. I really want you to join. You'd be a huge asset. I kind of, I got to the office, and it was in Soho, and it was about this big, and I don't know, 20 people in it. And maybe besides the beanbag chairs and the beer in the fridge and the picnic table that we'd all eat lunch at every day together because we all fit at one picnic table. Besides that, I was just really excited to join a company that was so young, to see kind of where it went from there.
Who is? Hold on, I think it's different people. I got a dad, EYDS, who says, "Is her husband so amazing?" I'm gonna guess that's your husband.
That's my husband.
That's your husband.
And my husband is amazing.
There you go. There you go. And then we got a question. David Friedman is amazing. Cool. And then we got from Serena, what was Compass culture like when you started?
The culture, honestly, the culture has been one of the number one things that has kept me going at the company. The people, the friendships that I've made along the way, the relationships that I've made with people who have left, I still keep in contact with. But the culture, when I first started, it was a very young company. So, we'd all go out together all the time. Again, there was probably
the good old days.
Good old days. We'd go to brunch together on Saturdays because there were only 10 of us, and we'd go to Beauty in Essex, and it would, we had our, I think it was the end of April of 2013 when we had our beta brunch, because we hadn't yet launched yet. And we all went to Beauty in Essex. We rented out the whole back of it. It was all on the Compass card, the Urban Compass card. There were tequila shots. It was amazing.
Who likes tequila? Tequila's terrible.
I don't like tequila anymore. But it's really just about the people. So those people, even if most of them have left, a lot of them have left, we still hire some of the best people, and who the culture together, or bring
Yeah.
morale up. And it's really, honestly, it's been a great culture ever since day one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's awesome. And it went from, 10 people at Beauty and Essex to, retreats all over the country,
Yes.
Austin, Miami. And I went to I missed the first couple because we were so busy. But then I went to Miami to the retreat, and like just getting to hang with these brilliant minds from all over the country, all like-minded.
Yeah.
Just one big like hive mind. It's like so cool. And one of the things that I thought so powerful is Compass talks all the time about how the agents are their clients,
Yeah.
and I could speak to that for a fact. When I first got to Compass in 2014, everything was like, what should we build for you? And we're like, well, you guys should do this. And then 3 months later, boom, there it is. And it just there's such a beautiful collaborative culture around everything we're doing. I mean, and I think the leadership team is doing things that people wouldn't even think to tackle. Like insurance for real estate agents. It's like,
Right.
what other company really gives a shit about insurance? And like, here's our leadership team fighting for
Caring
insurance
about
for
the
agents.
agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very cool. It's funny when I go out and I'm talking to agents. In the beginning there was a big effort of recruitment, and I remember talking about Compass like a cheerleader, like a total groupie. And then by accident, this line came out of my mouth in that, listen, I don't feel this way. I'm not just some Compass groupie. I'm actually here because I really feel all these things. I'm not just pitching Compass. It's just, I'm here because I feel it. Because look, a team like ours, we could be at any big firm, we want to be at, and we love it here. We love it here because of all of these things. And because of my relationships with people like you, Reem Dog. We've been together for 7 years, man. 7 years, 6 years. 6 years, a long time.
It's been a great journey. Yeah.
It has been.
It's been a long time.
It has been.
But,
so what's next? So the big vision was 2020, right? 20 regions, to be the top 20 in 20 regions by 2020 in true Compass fashion. In true Compass fashion, we smashed it a year early, so it's going to go down in history as 2019, which isn't as sexy, but still pretty cool. Monica from Cali, what's up, girl?
Hi, Monica.
Monica and I also know each other from the Tony Robbins, where we were class together at the same time, and the Lions at the same time.
I know Monica from onboarding her out there.
we were in Africa together, Monica. We were in New Zealand together. We have some memories, Monica and I. She's a special person. Okay, cool. So 2020 turned into 2019 at a home inspection. Smash that quickly. So we talked about the past. So mother of Compass. We're in a new decade. What does tomorrow look like? Where is this ship going? What's next?
Oh, let's see. Well, I can only imagine that an IPO is on the horizon.
The IPO.
We've all been talking about it.
The IPO.
We're all hoping. So yeah, I think that's definitely in the pipeline, coming in the future.
All right, Reen. It's just us here. It's just me and you, just two girls talking. Are we talking next month? Are we talking next year? Are we talking? It's just us. Nobody's listening. 5 years, 10 years?
You know what? I'm not going to really, I don't want to spill the beans, because actually I'm pretty butthurt that I don't know when it's going to be happening. But, it all really depends, Eugene, on how many deals your team does.
Oh,
so you better,
I love it.
Step it
I love it. Sarah Katz, we got to put an announcement to PSA to the Live Back team. Get some deals up. We're trying to go public.
That's right.
I love it. No, so obviously the IPO is brewing. I mean, everyone knows that. That'll happen when it'll happen. What's next? What are some of the initiatives? What are what does the future look like? I know CRM, there's a big push, right?
Yeah.
There's some AI stuff that's pretty cool.
We're doing, exactly. So we're doing a big nationwide CRM push, basically, helping agents grow their business during this time. Just by simply uploading, syncing their contacts to our CRM. Yes, I will say that it's not contactually yet, it's not at that level yet. However, it will be there.
Yet
Because
being the key word.
Yet being the key
Yet.
word, and
Yet being
because
the key word.
when it was first launched, the tool didn't have, I don't know, 90% of the capabilities it has now.
Right.
And
Right.
it's only been, I want to like the past year, maybe 6 months, and this tool has some amazing capabilities. And so we're doing a drive for that around the country, which I think is really awesome, and it's showing some like major improvement in agents' lives. I've just heard that, you know, I think Doug Headings and I were on a call yesterday, and he said that you know, he's talking to his agents about CRM because he's a CRM guru himself. So he's chatting with his agents, and he walked one of his agents through how to send a bulk email and kind of like personalize them at the same time, but through our CRM.
Right.
And this agent, because, you know, we have contacts in there who, like, maybe it's a renter who you talked to 20 years ago and you just lost touch.
Yeah.
He sent out this bulk email, and now this agent got 3 new rental listings just from that bulk email because he hasn't been in touch with half these people.
Yeah, it's true.
So
CRM is paramount. We actually, you know, even before Compass started talking CRM, you know, Sarah and I and Michael Remo, who used to be my COO, shout out to Michael Remo, who's now COO for City Realty. We built our own CRM on the platform of HubSpot. And look, you know, National Association of Realtors, they do a poll every year, and every year it's the same thing. They ask, you know, a group of people, if, you know, would you have used your realtor again? And like 92% of people say yes. And then they ask them, did you? And then like 90 of the 92% say no. And they say, why not? And like 98% because they didn't stay in touch, because didn't stay in touch with them.
Exactly.
So we worked so hard.
Like, even if it's just like a birthday, like outreach or something like that, you can do it all through our templates on CRM, which is
for sure. Like we worked so hard. You know, when you first start in this business, the hardest part is getting clients. We work so hard to do these deals, and then all of a sudden you get busy, and it's always about the next deal or the next transaction, and you just lose touch. And the CRM just makes it easy. Oh, it's Renee's birthday. Oh, it's Renee's anniversary. Oh, just makes it. And then once you get into the world of, you know, automation, just to be front of mind, and, you know, sequencing,
you can set up action plans, and they'll do it automatically for you. It's pretty amazing what we've done in the past like year with that. So
yeah, very cool. Well, Erica Gomez, who I'm guessing is a friend, says
she is a friend. Hi, Erica.
She says more companies need leaders like Renee, kind and brilliant all at once. Totally agree with that.
Sweet angel.
David says Erica Jesus in the house. Mom says mother of Compass, but an awesome daughter. Oh, Mom.
I love you, Mom. I hope you got a nice pedicure.
Erica says, I'm a huge fan of Renee, the end. Renee, we were supposed to go to 12:30, went over because I'm having so much fun. I could literally talk to you all day. And Sarah
I miss
Katz,
you guys.
I know it's been too long. It's been too long. We need one of those. We need one of those 2014 happy hours where there's lots of tequila and there's lots of fun. We need one of those soon.
Maybe soon. Socially distanced out on a street somewhere with a bunch of masks.
There you go. Well, you know what? I don't know. You know what? Williamsburg, right on Bedford and on Berry, it's like New Orleans now, man. Everyone got permits for outside seating. You drink and hang outside. I hope it doesn't go back. Yes! Levy says we need a retreat. Robert Ref can step up. Let's go. Get us a retreat, Rob. Step up, buddy.
Maybe not during the pandemic, but soon.
Virtual retreats. A virtual retreat. Anyways, any final thoughts? Any final ideas? Anything you want to share with the world and apparently your entire family who's watching?
I mean, I know these are some unprecedented times we're having, and working from home has been, honestly, it's been amazing because I have my wonderful husband and we got a puppy. So
yay!
Very, very busy.
What kind of puppy? Show us. Where is she?
David, if you're around, bring her down. But she was we were planning on getting her before quarantine, and we had our flights to go to Wisconsin and to pick her up from the breeder. Everything was signed, everything was ready, and then quarantine hit. So we had to drive our car to Wisconsin. And if anyone knows me, I'm not a road tripper. I'm a flyer. So like,
David's
it was
coming.
all.
He's coming with a puppy. He's
Thank you,
coming.
David. So it was all worth it in the end. But you know, I think you guys as agents, during the time of like not being able to work because of what's been going on, just kind of did a miraculous job of like supporting each other and being there for one another. And you know, our company's done an amazing job of like reaching out and staying in touch. So it's I'm just very proud of the company that we work for.
That's awesome. That's
And
awesome. Yeah, it
here's
was.
Winnie. And here.
And here's David. Let's
And
look at
here's
David
Winnie.
first. Hold on. Let's look at David first. Hi, amazing hubby. He is amazing. You said David, and he just, bam, he just showed up, stepped up. I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, Winnie, look at
That
that.
is Winnie.
Oh, she's going to be big.
She's a medium-sized golden doodle, so she will only be about 40 pounds. She's like 30 pounds right now.
Oh,
But
my
she looks
God.
like a
What a
little teddy bear.
cutie. What a cutie. David, you rock, man. Way to step up. Way to step up.
Guys, this was
David,
awesome.
Erica says David is James Bond in real life.
She's my
Steve
James Bond.
Halpern says, how do we bring back shots at 5?
Oh, man.
Sarah says, oh my God, I can't believe we weren't here for that. Shots are Eugene's time to shine. This is true. This is an area, I've got a very strong muscle for shots. This is true. This is true. Hold on. We have a request. Bring Winnie to a closing and watch the money roll in.
Honestly, though, maybe.
I love it.
That's a great idea, Air. Oh, man. Well,
That was me.
thank you so much for having me.
That was low battery.
I figured.
Yeah, likewise. Likewise. Rini, love you, buddy. Love you, buddy.
All right. Love you. Miss you guys.
See you
Thanks
guys.
for
Have a
having
good
me.
one, everyone.
All right.
Bye,
Bye.
guys. Bye, fam.
Bye, fam. Bye, fam.